What if someone promised to double your money every month? No risk, no questions asked. Would you take the deal? Well, millions have, and lost everything. From small-town investors to Wall Street professionals, these too good to be true promises have fooled even the smartest people. Today, we're breaking down one of the oldest financial traps in history, the Ponzi scheme. Meet John, a smooth-talking guy from Chicago who's great at making people believe in big dreams. John launches Golden Growth Investments, promising 20% returns every single month. He tells investors their money is being used for super-secret real estate deals and high-tech startups. Let's say Michael, his first investor, puts in $10,000. A month later, John hands Michael $12,000. Michael is ecstatic. He tells all his friends. Soon, friends, family, and strangers are lining up to invest. But here's the truth. John isn't putting money into real estate or startups. He's simply taking the money from new investors and paying it to old investors. That's the trick, the illusion of a successful business. Chapter 1. How Ponzi schemes work. Let's break it down. Here's the 3-step magic behind a Ponzi scheme. Stage 1. Attracting investors. John sets up a fake investment company and claims he can deliver a guaranteed 20% monthly return. Michael hears about John's offer and invests $10,000. John uses forged paperwork to make it look like he is running a legitimate business. Stage 2. Paying returns, the illusion of profit. Soon, other people, Sarah, David, and Lisa, are convinced by Michael's story and invest $10,000 each too. Now John has $40,000 total from 4 investors. John pays Michael $2,000 from the money just invested by Sarah, David, and Lisa, making Michael believe his investment is working. John sends fake account statements to all investors to show impressive returns each month. But here's the trick. John does not invest the money anywhere. He keeps most of the cash for himself. For example, out of each $10,000, he might use $2,000 to pay fake returns to old investors. John pockets $8,000 for personal use, spending it on luxury items, flashy cars, vacations, or a new house. This is how the schemer profits, by directly stealing the remainder that is not paid out as fake returns. Every time new investors join, John continues this cycle, skimming a huge portion for himself and using part to keep the scam going. Stage 3. The collapse. Eventually, John runs out of new investors and fresh money. When no one else invests, John can't pay the promised returns to Michael or others. Panicked investors demand their money back, but John has already spent most of it on his luxury lifestyle. The scheme collapses. To summarize, John pays $2,000 to each of his investors and keeps $8,000 for himself. Total money John pockets, $32,000. John never invests a single dollar. He simply redistributes money among investors to create the illusion of legitimate profits and spends most of it on himself. When new investments dry up, he can't pay anyone, and the fraud is exposed. Chapter 2. Why it's called a Ponzi scheme. The term Ponzi scheme comes from a real person, Charles Ponzi, who ran this exact scam back in the 1920s in the US, who promised investors 50% profit in 45 days. He claimed he was making huge profits from trading international postal coupons, something that sounded complex but legit. But just like John, Ponzi was using new investors' money to pay the old ones. At his peak, Ponzi was earning $1 million a day in today's money until it all crashed. Since then, every scam using this new money pays old money trick is called a Ponzi scheme. You might ask why people fall for it. It's not just greed, it's psychology. Trust. If your friend invests and gets paid, you trust it's legit. Social proof. Seeing others make money makes you want in. Greed. The promise of easy money can blind your judgment. John's scam grew fast because Michael told everyone he'd made big cash, and those new investors told more people. Like a snowball rolling downhill, it got bigger and bigger, until the fall. One month, no new investors showed up. John couldn't pay his existing clients. Panic spread. People demanded their money back. Eventually, the FBI got involved. John was arrested, and investors lost millions. Michael? He got lucky, but most of his friends lost everything they put in. Let's take the Bernie Madoff story as an example. Bernie Madoff was running one of the biggest Ponzi scheme in history. He fooled the world's smartest investors and stole over $65 billion. In the 1970s, Bernie Madoff was already well known on Wall Street. He ran a brokerage firm, seemed trustworthy, and even served as chairman of NASDAQ. So when he offered private investment opportunities promising steady, safe returns, people trusted him instantly. Here's where it gets wild. Madoff claimed his secret trading strategy made profits almost every month, no matter how the stock market behaved. Over the years, celebrities, billionaires, charities, and even major banks invested billions with him. Everyone called it the most reliable investment in America. But behind the scenes, there was no magic strategy. Madoff wasn't investing the money at all. Instead, he was running a Ponzi scheme. Bernie Madoff was caught after his sons, Mark and Andrew, contacted the FBI. Bernie Madoff, however, took this method to a historic scale. $65 billion in paper wealth vanished, making it the largest Ponzi scheme ever. Conclusion. So, in short, Ponzi scheme is a scam where old investors are paid with new investors' money, not real profits. If someone guarantees huge returns with zero risk, remember this rule. If it sounds too good to be true, it is. Stay smart, stay skeptical, and protect your money. If you found this explanation helpful, hit like, subscribe, and share this video with someone who needs to learn how money really works. And let me know in the comments, should we explain pyramid schemes or crypto scams next?